So a disclaimer before I go any further, this is not for people who are casual players of Rucoy that want to play casually, or competitive casual people that just want to, do kind of both. This is mainly for competitive Rucoy players that want to reach the top. Alright, so what you want to do with the night class is just train it. That's the best thing you can do. You want to train, normal train, till you can get to the point where you can kill dragons comfortably. Also, you want to power train your character too, if possible, once you have the funds to do so. Now, what I suggest in power training is, if you have the funds on another character, and if you're not a new player, just use those. That'd be a lot faster to get your character to where you want it to be. But if you're a brand new player, power training may be a little bit pointless, because you're trying to get games and you're getting them, but you still need the base. You can have 1,000 melee, but it doesn't really do you any good if you can't catch anybody, right? So yeah, so your goal is to train, get to dragons, kill dragons like crazy, and then when you get to that point and you're tired of leveling, you can always train and kill and train and kill. It's very important though, if you want to stay on the top of Rucoy, you need to have a good balance between the two later in the game of training and leveling. But I would definitely suggest in the beginning of Rucoy to focus on one thing consistently, because that one thing is going to help you have massive games for the future. Now with the distance class, what you want to do is level like crazy, and the reason why you want to level like crazy and not train is because the defense is relatively not that important. Now when I started as the distance class, this is what I did. I trained maybe an hour a day, right? Just maybe 1 to 2 hours a day, just so I could get some defense gains up. But after that hour or two, the rest I grinded base. And if the mobs are hurting you at your, say for example, you're level 65 and you're fighting level 65s and they're still doing tons of damage to you, and you're like, oh no, my character's ruined, what's wrong with it, why am I level 65 and these mobs are doing too much damage to me? You need to go back 30 levels and just go farm those mobs instead. Or you can go and train. It's up to you, but do not invest a whole amount of hours into training. I don't suggest that. If that's what you want to do, if you want to just train your defense to the part where you can just tank the mobs at your current level that you're at, fine, go do it, whatever you want to do. To me, I think it's a waste of time. It was a waste of time because I passed everyone in Rucoy Online by just leveling and doing training once a day. That's how you become powerful, because when you're leveling the distance class, you're shooting 3 mobs at once, so it's just like your power training. You're not getting as much defense gains, but your base gains are adding with the distance skill that you get. So it relatively makes your character grow much more faster, even though it's a more annoying process to just keep leveling over and over again. It is the meta for being top in Rucoy Online. Getting base levels is very important. You need them, and they're just important as the skills. Now with the mage class, I still recommend that you work on base level at least 50% of the time, but also the other 50% of the time, make sure you're training it, because it is going to be important, because you are going to burn out on levels faster with the mage than you would with the distance class for sure, because the mage class is a little bit more tedious to level up with. So I would definitely suggest just 50% train, 50% level with the mage class, and you will be very powerful. I'll give you some good examples of some people that did this. If you train like Trident, for instance, he was an old Rucoy player. A lot of people know who he was. He was an OG player. He, trained a lot, but he also leveled a lot too. So his character was really powerful and he was really good PvP. You can look up some of his videos under BDJL. They have some awesome videos of him PvPing and blasting people, you know. And he was like, his character was kind of like interesting because like his level was always higher than what his magic was, but then like that changed eventually once he started training, obviously. But he had a really good character and he had a really high level, so I would suggest doing that. You know, these classes are individually all different, and magic is being the strongest, right? The knight's the tankiest, and the archer is the best leveler in Rucoy Online. You can grind out levels, so possibly to become the strongest in Rucoy. I still believe that if people would put in the work, they could be the strongest Rucoy player in the world if they just use distance class. But sadly, the knight is just mentally easier to do, so everybody's just doing that, and everybody's really too lazy to just be number one at base with the distance class. But it's very possible. I'm just waiting for somebody to actually do it. So yeah, that's it for the classes. That's my opinion, guys. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from in giving these opinions for these classes and everything. So if you have a question you would like, leave a comment below, or if you have a disagreement with me, let's talk in the comments. I appreciate you watching this video. Please subscribe if you can, and I'll see you next time, dudes, with some more Chet Dude Guy advice on Rucoy Online.